It's 1984. Lila Mulla and Ron Dunnigan are free as birds. They flew while Ted fumed for 3 frustrating decades.
At this point, I'm pissed. They murdered my brother and they're out.
But hope is reignited. Enter the era of DNA and the newly funded cold case unit of the Baton Rouge Police.
They started looking back through old file cabinets for cases that they could successfully reopen and successfully prosecute. They start reading the word Sonic Gary, and they see the name Tucker.
As in Larry Tucker, Memory's father, and the Kergan's friend and business partner, the one who 30 years earlier discovered that piece of paper with the name Erica.
He was listed as one of the people who reported him missing.
And as fate would have it, 30 years later, Memory Tucker, now a district attorney investigator, on the case.
I made the murder book, and we started looking for the old witnesses. Everybody's name who was in any police report. Step number 1 was to get Wade, Gary's son, to submit a DNA sample to see if the blood in the trunk actually matched Gary's blood. The results were that the blood in the trunk of the car belonged to Wade Kergan's father. So we knew then that it was Gary's blood, and we knew we could probably prosecute the case successfully.
Of course, when investigators say, does anybody know where these two are? You do.
Oh, yeah. I knew exactly where they were.
Over those 30 years, you hired private investigators to track them.
Over those 30 years, I did everything you could possibly think of and probably a few things you can't. I literally knew where they were almost every day. They never made contact with each other again.
Ted discovered that Lila eventually got a nursing degree and moved to New York.
Where is Dunnigan? What happened to him?
He drifted back to Louisiana. He lived on a disability check, which he's told one of my people that he faked.
The now aging Louisiana loser still pined for Lila.
We talked about after Lila, he was never able to have sex again.
This is true. I mean, Lila was a big love of his life. She was the last person he had sex with. He's 36 years old.
Ted recruited his close friend, a woman named Ann Edelman, to buddy up to the lonely drifter. Using Ted's money, Ann paid Dunnigan's expenses, even a cell phone. She won his trust. Ted even disguised himself as a chauffeur driving Ann and the clueless Dunnigan around town. The joke was on the clown. Now, all these years later, Ted could lead cops right to Lila and Dunnigan's doorsteps.
When he was rearrested, he was living at a Ramada Inn in Bossier City.
Lila was now a nurse and a divorced mother of 2 living in New York City.
I'd actually gone to New York the day before the police had flown up and scoped out her apartment building. And when they arrested her at her apartment, I was outside.
Ted had disguised himself as a homeless man and went unnoticed.
Did you see her walk out?
I did. I could hear her. And she said, "I knew you would come back."
Lila is being led to a very familiar place, the interrogation room.
This is your day to tell your side of the story.
Set yourself free. I think that you were used. So that's going to be up to you. You have the key to your future.
Lila knows what's coming and from the start portrays herself as Dunnigan's psychological hostage.
He had threatened me, threatened my family. He'd have me out on the street to try and pick people up.
Did he take all the money?
He took all the money, yeah.
Okay.
Dunnigan told Lila a ghost named Squeaky had his eye on her.
Squeaky is the ghost, part of Dunnigan. Squeaky was Billy Dunnigan. When he wasn't around, Squeaky was watching you.
Squeaky was the ghost. I remember that very clearly.
Even Lila's diary entries reveal her belief in Squeaky's powers. Thank God for the spirits in Squeaky, for they keep us together and keep the bond tight.
Did you buy it?
No, but I saw, it's not only my job to see what I believe, which is very important. I have to determine what I think a jury will believe.
And would a jury believe Lila was forced into seducing rich men like Gary Kergan?
You met Gary at the
Met
club.
him a few times at the club. Dunnigan was always talking about, getting someone further money.
Lila's diary entries portray Dunnigan as some sort of messiah. He accidentally bit me too hard. I was bleeding. He meditated, and it's healed. It was a miracle.
Now, Lila Mulla turns on the, oh, I'm so vulnerable, I'm this weak female, I was very young, I was under his spell kind of thing.
See, on this journal entry, you have a plan to get him next time. Ron hid in the closet, that good man. You said, let's see, I had $240 from Sonic Gary.
Okay, I don't remember how much money.
Do you remember writing that?
No,
What do you think you were referring to there?
I don't know.
Interrogators have had enough of the cat and mouse game.
I think you're lying.
I'm going to talk to you.
You have selective memory. You're going to talk to me? You've been dragging this on.
I'm going to tell you what happened.
All right, start telling me. Let's quit the dance.
Lila slowly lays out the cold-hearted plan. Note the journal entry that reads, "Let go of animals."
He bought some type of poison and was poisoning animals.
Dunnigan experimented on guinea pigs and mice.
Was it a
Or
powder or was it a pill or anything? Did you ever see it?
I think it was a powder.
Lila's role was to lure Gary to their home and serve him a deadly concoction.
It's true about the wine. It was tainted. Dunnigan was hiding in the closet. Gary started to, and Dunnigan drug him out of the room.
According to Lila, Dunnigan took Gary into the bathroom and performed the unthinkable.
It just
You
gets
have
me
to
so
tell us,
sad.
Lila.
I know I do.
That's-
I know I do. I
That's-
know. I know. I know.
We need to know
I
why
know.
he went into the
He cut
bathroom.
him in half. Okay. He cut
Okay.
him in half. I know it was a saw.
A handheld saw
It
or
was
a motorized saw?
No, it was a little saw.
If Lila's story is to be believed, Gary's remains were stuffed in trash bags, thrown in the trunk of his own car, and driven by Dunnigan and Lila to dumpsters along a highway.
It was foresty. It was a green dumpster. I remember there were lights though, so I mean I know it wasn't a rural area.
Lila says they cabbed it back to Baton Rouge. Then Dunnigan wiped the apartment clean. Cops are dubious.
Let me tell you something, when a body gets cut in half, the guts come out. And blood goes everywhere.
But I did not see any blood.
For all its peculiarities, Lila's story was strong enough for prosecutors to move forward even without a body. Once again, Lila was offered a plea deal in exchange for her testimony.
Could you have convicted Ron Dunnigan without Lila testifying?
We didn't have enough evidence to indict him without flipping her on him.
This time, she accepted a plea deal that no one would call sweet.
I honestly can't believe she took the deal. 30 years in prison?
30 years in prison.
Maybe guilt was weighing on her.
Because of Lila's testimony, Dunnigan got life behind bars. Perhaps the sickest part of this crime was the motive. If you thought it was money, you were wrong.
They wanted to kill someone, according to Lila, just to see what it was like.
A thrill kill?
A thrill kill.
It's really sad that over those 30 years, Gary's mother passed, Gary's wife passed, family members passed away, never getting to the point of seeing justice.
It is sad. It's very sad. I'm just so grateful that Ted was able to push the case, keep the case alive, because he did. He kept the case alive and was able to see justice served. That's huge.
Ted is satisfied as well. He just expresses it in a less delicate way.
At the end, I said, after 30 years, I got you.
I'm Chris Hansen. If you like this story, make sure you tune in every day to Crime Watch Daily. You can find where the show airs in your city at crimewatchdaily.com. Watch it live or record it on your DVR and watch it at night. And to all those criminals out there, remember, we are watching.